A lot of people always ask me, how do I get up every single day and have all of this energy? Because it's rare. It happens occasionally, probably once every 6 to 8 months. You might see me on here, and the people know. The people know. We don't give people enough credit for being able to recognize when we going through something or when we feeling down or when things happen and all of that stuff. But y'all have seen me probably, I don't know what, 6, 8 months ago was the last time that it happened to me where I came in and I was feeling some type of way. And the people knew and they was able to spot it immediately. I went ahead and just took a day, you know what I'm saying? Took an afternoon to myself. But people ask me on a regular basis, why am I so excited? And how do I get up with this energy? I go to bed late with the energy. I get up with the energy. And it's because I'm genuinely dedicated to what I do. I really believe that I'm making a difference. I genuinely believe in my heart, in my core, in the soul of me, that I'm doing what I need to do. Yesterday, before I jumped on the Q show, and before I headed over, because I went and I did a video that I dropped this morning on the Anton Daniels channel. And so I shot that because usually I know it's difficult for me to shoot content in the morning because I want to get as much sleep as possible. That way I'm refreshed and I'm energized to come in and kick it with y'all and do the show in the morning on a Tuesday, because Mondays is the day that I usually go to bed during the week as late as possible. So I usually don't get to bed till like 1:30 Eastern time, because I do the Q show. And so we do that for about 3 hours and some change. Then I go brush my teeth, take a shower, get into bed. And so I try to sleep as long as possible. So I have to try to have everything prepped. And it's a machine, right? We got a machine. We got things taken care of. We got the videos to get done and scheduled, chopped up, videos to record, content to shoot. So Mondays in general is a very, very long day for me. And what I like to do is try to get as much done and try to get ahead, as much head as possible by working. So I get into the office or I get into my studio at like 5:30 in the morning, and this is Sunday and a Monday, and then I'm here probably till 8 o'clock at night, right? So I'm from 5:30 to 8 on a Monday. I got corporate America stuff that I got to take care of. I got business stuff and real estate stuff, so I'm working with contractors, and I got people calling me, and I got people overseas that I'm dealing with. And then you got the content creation stuff, right? And so I leave at about 8:30, and people only see what they see as far as the presentation layer, but they don't see all of the work and the dedication and the time that goes into it. Working with people, planning for things. You leave at 8:30, so you don't even get no breaks. You don't get no time off. I leave at 8:30. The first thing I do is I go out, I grab the camera, and then I record the video that I wind up dropping in the morning. And then right after that, you go and you grind and you go and push, and then you got to go and prepare for the show, for the Monday night show. And it just goes into that, and it's that circle, right? And so you just dedicate yourself, you push, you grind. And so in order to do this, and the reason why a lot of people aren't successful, even when it comes to content creation, is because they don't have the love for it. You got to have a true love for what you do to continue to do what you do, and then approach it with the same energy. Because a lot of people, even when they jump on these panels or they get into content creation or they finally drop a video, it's low energy. It looks like they had to do it. Prior to me even leaving the studio yesterday, and I was telling Rita yesterday, I said, man, I spent 2.5 hours doing about 250 takes of one thing. I had to shoot a video for something that's coming up. I got to fly out and I got to go and do a big show, a big primetime show soon. And I don't want to announce it until it's already done. But I had a deadline to get this video over to the people because they wanted to get it pre-recorded and all of this stuff before. And so it's a lot that goes into the producers and working with the producers of a lot of these big shows and big networks. And in order to get it right, because I don't want to just send it, because I could have did it in less than 15, 20 minutes. And, you could have had it edited and all of that stuff, but I had to do it right. And so I had to get it one take. It got to be a one-take shot. Right? And I wanted to make sure that it was absolutely perfect. And it took me 200 plus times to record the video. I was here and I said the same thing, and I had to memorize everything. And I said the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. And if I got one thing wrong or enunciate my words wrong on this or did this wrong, we got to do it again. We got to do it again. We got to do it again. We got to shoot it again. And people be like, well, man, no, you could just fit. No. Nope. If it's not right, I'm not sending it. If it's not perfect, if it doesn't meet the expectation of what we do as bag chasers, then we're not doing it. We don't do nothing halfway. We don't take any shortcuts. And it's that dedication behind the scenes. It's the perfection of it. It's you really wanting this greatness. It's you willing to be able to put in the time night in and night out. When everybody is ready to go to the bar, when everybody goes out to eat, when everybody is out having fun and they partying, the difference between people that are successful and the people that's not successful is the ones that decide that they want to dedicate themselves. And when I was having a conversation with the young lady, Jamisha, shout out to Jamisha, and I want y'all to make sure that y'all show some love to the panelists that come on the panel because I don't always want people that agree with me. When I was having a conversation with Jamisha yesterday, and she said, oh, you just special. You think you're the anomaly. You think you're different than everybody else. I am different. I'm absolutely different. I'm built different. I'm 100% different. The cards that we was dealt was the same. We got dealt the same poker hand, but I played mine different. I played my hand different, and I still play my hand different. It's the same thing that I had today when I was in college, when I first went to school. My work study job was in a library, so I would hurry up and do all of my work. And then until the library closed, I would sit there and read every single book that I can get my hands on. And so now, years later, more than a decade later, 15, 20 years later, when I'm so knowledgeable and I'm able to debate or I'm able to have conversations or explain to y'all in detail, even though I was a C student on paper when it came to the classroom, but when it came to the thing that I was passionate about, I dedicated myself. And so every day I would read anything I can get my hands on. I was looking at all of the different openings from chess, and I play chess every single day. A lot of people that know me knows that the biggest thing that I have on all of my devices is I'm always on chess.com, and I'm always blitzing. I'm always playing chess. I always got a game going. So I studied every single opening that I could study, every single ending. I read all of the history books. I read slavery books. I understand exactly the history of the people. I read the Bible 7 times back and forth. And so I would just dedicate myself. And when everybody else was out partying, and so I don't feel offended when people say, oh man, you a square. I'm cool with that. While you was out fumbling the bag, getting a bunch of student loans, messing it up, I decided to make the sacrifice, and I was good at it, and I was great at it, and I was dedicating myself to the thing that actually propelled me to be successful today. The seeds that you sow today is the things that you're going to benefit or suffer from tomorrow. The seeds that you sow today is the things that you're going to benefit from or suffer from tomorrow. And so when they had that conversation with me and they think that they actually talking negative to me or they schooling me about the fact that, oh, you think you better than everybody else? No, I know I'm better than everybody else. And it's not because I'm haughty or I'm arrogant or anything like that. It's because I put the time in. And usually what happens is in any competition, the person that is the best usually dedicated themselves the most to whatever their craft is and they perfect it. And I'm not even at the tip of the iceberg. The same work ethic and the reason that I'm comparing myself to what I did when I was in college and the same thing that I did in all of my businesses, it's the same thing. I am no different today than I was in yesteryear. In high school, I had the same work ethic, except for I dedicated it differently. When I got out of school, when I went into the plant, I would work 16 hours a day, and I would go to school and I would study while I was at the job. When I wound up losing my job, I got 2 jobs, and then I went back to school. When I got my work study job, when I first got out of high school, I read everything that I can get my hands on. And so I party afterwards. When a weekend hit or I ain't got a stream or something like that, okay, listen, we going VIP. We're going to go in a Sky Terrace. We're going to pay $10,000 for our stuff. We don't care about no money because money don't mean nothing to us. We earned it. We got it. We can do what we want to do. Now we in a position to really ball. I could buy whatever car I want to buy, even though I spend a majority of my time in here and my car is just in the garage, in the parking lot. When I decide that I want to drive a car, it's going to be the best car on the street. And so I'm okay with people being okay with being regular, but I'm not okay with being regular. My work ethic, my dedication, my love for what I do is going to be impeccable. And I hopefully inspire you and I hopefully tap into something in your soul that ultimately leads you to say, you know what? I need to do things differently. I don't want to be a part of the go along, get along gang. I'm not interested in just voting based off of identity politics. I don't need the federal government to give me anything. I'm not waiting on anybody to give me reparations. I'm going to go and get it on my own because one thing is for sure and 2 things is for certain. You may be more talented than me, but you're going to have to beat me because you'll never outwork me. You'll never outwork me. And I even see the memes online and the TikToks and the Instagram videos where people try to make fun of people that always encourage people and saying, hey, you got to work, you got to grind, you got to get it. This is what I do as an entrepreneur. I'm cool with that. If that's the best joke if the best joke that somebody can come up with on you as a person that is successful is you think you better than everybody else, or you not better than everybody else, or you arrogant, or you think that just because you think if the best joke that people can come up with is to say you a square, or you think you not one of us because you didn't have children out of wedlock, throw all of the jokes that you can. Hit me with it, hit me with it, hit me with it. But I guarantee you this, I don't drive a Nissan Altima with no bumper on it. I guarantee you I don't drive a Nissan Altima that look like this with no bumper on it. I guarantee you I'm not going to be begging the federal government for a handout. I guarantee you that I'm going to be in VIP and I'm going to be looking at you weighing 280. If the best thing that they can do, and this is the thing that y'all need to start really standing on as a culture, as a people, and when I say as a culture, I'm not talking about black culture, I'm talking about American culture, I'm talking about separating yourself. Separate yourself from the weak people. Stop trying to fit in and stand out because you got a unique talent about you that makes you great. It don't have to necessarily be a content creator. It don't have to be a basketball player. You can be unique. I was looking at Cam last night and she inspired me. Cam inspired me last night because she was telling her story and it was so similar to mine. And that is what really attracted to me to her as a content creator, because what I realize is that there are people like us out there, and you don't have to be ashamed of being good. You don't have to be ashamed of being righteous. You don't have to be ashamed of dedicating yourself and have a good work ethic. You don't have to be ashamed of when people call you a sellout just because you don't go along and get along and you understand what hard work is. And so you don't feel as though somebody deserves a handout of your hard work just because they woke up this morning and they saying that you deserve, or they say that you have to come back and save us from ourselves, even though we continue to have self-inflicted. I didn't make the same decisions as you. So I'm going to have different results, and I'm not required to come in and be a step baby daddy because I didn't have children out of wedlock. Why should I be subjected to the same things that you subjected to when I sowed my seeds on fertile soil? When my foundation is in bedrock, it's not on sand. It can't just wash away. I never took the easy way out, and so y'all have to be able to stand on that. Stand on that. Dedicate yourself. Separate yourself. It's not for everybody. You right. When people sit there and they jump in my comments or they reach out to me and they say, but Anton, everybody came rich. You right. Just me and my bag chasers and my people. We got Stock Club on Friday. Who's showing up? We got Stock Club on Friday. Who's showing up? It's a lot of people that show up and they sign up for the Patreon, but they don't rewatch the videos even if they can't meet the Stock Club, or they can't go in and they can't watch the live stream in real time. I can see the analytics. I see the dedication. People show up and they sign up with good intentions, but they don't follow through. Who's showing up and who's going to be watching Stock Club on Friday? Because I'm giving out game that it took me decades to come through. When I jump on this platform and I talk about money, I don't have to rehearse. I don't have a script. I don't have to write things out. I just talk because this is what I do. If I start talking about relationships, or if I start talking about real life, I don't have to figure it out. This is just what I do. I'm a master at my craft. I've mastered being able to see things that other people can't see. It ain't that I got a special talent. Ain't nobody special or more unique than anybody else. I can't talk better than anybody else. I just made sure that I re-record myself and I study and I look at the way that I pronounce my words every single day. And then I make adjustments and I make tweaks and I make tweaks here and I make tweaks there. What you gonna do? When you gonna show up and actually do the thing that God ordained you to do? Or are you gonna be one of them people that say, you know what? I'm going to say, God, forgive me, save me from myself on my deathbed, and hopefully I can make it into heaven. God can't use you as a person that is a vegetable in the bed. The goal is to save souls. The goal is for your life to be a reflection of the thing that you advocate for. So if you sit here telling me that you're going to give your best years to the devil and then you're going to give the rest of your years to God, what use do we have for you in the kingdom? The goal is to be useful. The goal is to be a reflection. I don't have to go out to the streets and preach it and go to the hood. You got the internet just like everybody else. And instead of being on OnlyFans, dedicate yourself and subscribe to the Millionaire Morning Show and get into the Patreon and put in the work. Ain't nobody making you do the stuff that you do. Ain't nobody making you steal. Everybody keep making an excuse. Oh, it's white supremacy. It's a system. No, it's your mama and your daddy, and you are going to do the same thing to your kids that your mama and your daddy did to you because you keep making excuses and you don't want to be responsible and accountable for what your actions are. Don't sit here and tell me that I owe you something. You owe yourself. You owe you. That's it. Eric Thomas said that a long time ago in a speech. He said, you owe you an explanation. Now, my daughter listened to that every single day. Your kids are going to be a reflection of the parents. Put it in them young, they'll never depart from it. We can't use you as a used up person. Don't nobody want a person that has all been used up. Yes, God can redeem, but grace is for God, not for me. I don't have to have grace. God said he got grace for you. I don't have no grace for you. I got this hard pill for you to swallow that's 100% reality that is going to change your life if you decide to embrace it in a time that you're supposed to embrace it. But don't come back to me. It's people that keep coming to me 2 years ago. Oh, man, you know what? I had a coaching call with you 2 years ago. Do you remember me? No, I don't remember you. Depart from me. I don't know you. I told you what to do in the first coaching call. I told you to make sure that you followed up with me. You didn't. You want to hit me up 2 years later. I'm gone. I don't have no more capacity for you. I dedicate my time to the people that ultimately need me, that's really trying to do the work. Don't come to me asking me to fix your life. I'm going to give you the solution. You fix your own life. Don't come to me 2 years later after you had a coaching call and you never followed up. And I gave you the assignment and I gave you what you were supposed to do. I gave you homework to take care of your business. And I didn't even charge you the same thing that everybody else is charging you. And I got the lowest rates, but I'm the most successful than all of the people. But you sitting here telling me about what it is that you need and you not even dedicating yourself. I don't want to hear it. I have no sympathy for the weak. Not in the United States of America. I have no sympathy for the weak. The weak get eaten. They get thrown out. Everybody can't be rich. Somebody got to go out here and serve Starbucks. Then get my goddamn coffee hot, and I want it there so that I can make sure I get to the studio on time and I can speak to the people that's actually trying to get somewhere. Make sure my coffee hot. Cool, I'm with it. Care nothing about how you feel? Grow up. You a man. You a grown man, dog. You a grown man asking an organization, asking an entity, asking a Democratic Party, asking a Republican Party. You begging? You begging? I look down on people that beg. You begging for reparations? You begging for the federal government to give you something? I'm not waiting on another grown man to give me nothing. I take what I want. I ask questions later. I ask for forgiveness. Not for permission. I don't ask for permission. I ask for forgiveness. Hey, forgive me. I went over there and took everything. Winners rewrite history. Winners determine the course of the losers. A loser can't sit there and ask a winner to give them something because you owe me for beating me. You did to me. You don't mean nothing to me. I don't even see you. It's people from my past, they can't get in touch with me. They asked me this. I ran into some people at Afro Nation. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me rock. Let me just get this out because I got time today. I ain't worried about corporate America no more, so I can stream as long as I want. You know why? Because I'm not beholden to anybody. Somebody that I ran into, shout out to my homegirl. She ran into me at Afro Nation. She said, "Hey, Anton, are you going to the reunion?" And me and Rita was sitting there, and I looked at Rita, and we just started laughing. We just started laughing. No, I'm not going to the reunion. Who at my door? Let me see who at my door.